Hello, dear friends. Welcome to another story filled with wisdom, kindness, and love. Today, we'll listen to one of the most beautiful lessons Jesus ever told. A story that teaches us what it truly means to love our neighbor. So, get comfortable, open your hearts, and let's journey together into the parable of the Good Samaritan. One day, Jesus was teaching a crowd of people. Among them was a man who studied the law, a teacher, wise and full of questions. The man stood up and asked Jesus, "Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" Jesus looked at him kindly and said, "What is written in the law? What do you read there?" The man replied, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." Jesus smiled. "You have answered correctly," he said. "Do this, and you will live." But the man wanted to test Jesus further. He asked, "And who is my neighbor?" So Jesus began to tell a story, a parable, to help him understand. There once was a man traveling from Jerusalem to Jericho. It was a long, steep road that twisted through rocky hills. The path was known to be dangerous, for robbers often hid behind the stones, waiting for travelers. As the man walked, perhaps humming softly to himself, a group of robbers jumped out from the shadows. They attacked him, beat him badly, and took everything he had, even his clothes. Then they ran away, leaving him half dead on the side of the dusty road. The man lay there groaning in pain, unable to move. The sun was hot, the road was empty. Would anyone stop to help? After a while, a priest came walking down the same road. He saw the injured man, but instead of helping, he crossed to the other side and hurried away. Soon after, a Levite, another man who served in the temple, came along. He too saw the man lying there weak and bleeding, but just like the priest, he looked away and passed by on the other side. The poor traveler lay there still, barely alive. It seemed no one cared. Then a Samaritan came riding his donkey down the road. Now, Jews and Samaritans didn't get along in those days. They were enemies, and no one would expect a Samaritan to stop and help a Jew. But when the Samaritan saw the injured man, his heart was filled with compassion. He felt sorry for him, deeply, truly sorry. The Samaritan got off his donkey, knelt beside the man, and gently cleaned his wounds with oil and wine. He tore some cloth and wrapped the man's injuries. Then carefully, he lifted the man onto his donkey and walked beside him until they reached an inn. There, the Samaritan cared for him through the night. The next morning, he gave the innkeeper some coins and said, "Please take care of him. If you spend more than this, I will repay you when I return." And with that, the Samaritan continued his journey, leaving behind an act of true kindness. When Jesus finished his story, he looked at the man who had asked the question. "Now," Jesus said, "which of these three do you think was a neighbor to the man who fell into the hands of robbers?" The man answered, "The one who showed him mercy." And Jesus said, "Go and do likewise." That means, friends, that being a good neighbor isn't about who lives next to you, or who looks like you, or who believes what you believe. It's about showing kindness, compassion, and mercy to anyone who needs it. Because love has no borders, and kindness speaks every language. And that's the story of the Good Samaritan. It's a gentle reminder that even one act of kindness can change someone's life. And it begins with an open heart. So next time you see someone in need, don't walk away. Stop, care, and help, just like the Good Samaritan did. Thank you for listening today, dear friends. Until next time, keep spreading love, kindness, and compassion wherever you go.